So I'm going to talk to you today about how to use Google Scholar, which is a particular subset of Google, to find peer-reviewed articles. So for your proposal assignment, you need to find, in addition to the 3 articles in your starter set, you need to find 2 additional peer-reviewed articles on your topic that have been published in the last 20 years. Now, what does peer-reviewed mean? Peer-reviewed means that the article has been read by other scholars in the field, has been commented, and has been judged worthy of publication in an academic journal. So a peer-reviewed article is a study or a piece of research that has a certain pedigree or caliber. People who are qualified to judge it have said this is acceptable as research. Doesn't mean they're perfect. There's lots of problems with peer-reviewed articles, but it does mean that it has kind of gone through a small committee who have judged it. And those committees, of course, are composed of experts or other scholars in the field. So let me show you how to use Google to find peer review articles. The first thing you need to do is to go to Google Scholar by typing in scholar.google.com. So the word scholar first will get you peer-reviewed articles. Now, I'm going to start you off by doing a quick setup that'll make your life easier. So if you click on this link over here and go to Settings, you might see a particular link for the word Settings here, or you can go to the gear icon. Once you're in Settings, you want to click on Library Links, and you are going to search for Carnegie Mellon in the library field, and click on that. Here, I got rid of where it was already clicked. So you're going to click on this box here. And what this does is it links Google Scholar up to our library holdings. A lot of peer-reviewed articles and journals are things that you have to pay money for, but Carnegie Mellon has already paid money for that. They have a subscription to it so that students, faculty, and researchers here can access these. So in order to make that access seamless, if on Google Scholar you just click on Carnegie Mellon University and click Save. Now, once I'm at Google Scholar, let's say I type something like breakfast, one of your 3 topics, and you will see all kinds of peer-reviewed articles that have breakfast in the title, or some written by somebody whose name is Anne Breakfast. That's an unfortunate name, I guess. And you'll also see some of them you can get access to on the web, but a lot of these will have something like full text at my library. So you can click on that and get access to it. Now you'll see that some of these, so this is from 2005, Journal of the American, I think, College Student, or something like that. This is from 1978, which is a little bit more than 20 years ago. So we definitely want some way to narrow it down and to find higher quality articles, and particularly to find articles that are targeted to what you want to find out from these. So let's say as I was doing my research and looking at these 3 starter sets, and I found this particular article particularly useful. I'm going to go ahead and copy the title, maybe the author's names here, and copy that. And then I'll go ahead and bring it up in Google Scholar by pasting the article name and title. And this brings it up right here. Now, one thing that you will notice is there's this link here that says cited by 18. So this is who, since this article has published it, other researchers who have cited this study. And so this is a good way to find additional research on the topic, something that is maybe even more up to date than what we gave you. So this is a good way to find more recent research in the field based on articles that have cited the one that you are working with. You can also take the article that you're working with, and let's say in the literature review, there's a particular study that you find particularly useful. Let's say this Rampersad one was one that was cited a lot. So I can go down to the works cited here, find Rampersad, which is right here, and I'll go ahead and copy that study, and we'll go back to Google Scholar. Let's go to the main one here, and I'm going to copy that. Yeah, that's probably what I meant. Okay, and here's this article, which I can now access. And so I could use this and possibly cite this study as well and look at it a little bit more critically. So these are two ways that you can use Google Scholar to, and you can see this one, especially since it was published in 2005, whereas the one that was published in 2013 only had 18 people citing it because it was more recent. This one has obviously been a very productive, an article that lots of researchers have found useful. So you could also go through here and do the cited by and find some additional articles that are relevant to your particular topic and help you flesh things out. One last trick that I would like to show you in Google Scholar, if you click on this little quotation button here for cite, it will bring up the reference cited. So this is how it would be in MLA format, and you just need to copy it here. If you want to use APA format, then you could copy it here. So you can create your list of works cited just by clicking on that little icon there of the quotation marks. If you're doing a numbered citation style, you're going to have to manually number it, or there are lots of programs that can do it for you, including Microsoft Word if you want to figure out how to do it in there. If you aren't sure what citation style you need to use, I would, if you're in science, social science, or engineering or business, I would use APA. If you are in a humanities discipline, you should use MLA. If you're in history, they tend to use Chicago. And those are probably the most common styles, other than the numbered style, which is just a little bit more difficult to do. So for next class, I'd like you to have 2 more articles, and you could go ahead and create your works cited page at any point and run any questions you have about that by me. I will see you in class.